Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to a bit of a blustery Shepherd High School softball diamond as we have got 3-1 Shepherd set to take on 2-0 Beal City. Both of these teams probably wishes they had, 4 or 5 more games underneath their belt, but that early season weather did not make things easy for them to get out here. I'll say for me to broadcast some games as well, so we're happy to be back in action here. We had a game last Friday, had a game Saturday, and now we got a game Monday. It feels like baseball, softball season is finally rolling here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And of all the sports, baseball, softball, this is where we have some absolute powerhouses here in the Mid-Michigan area of people who don't want to play. For example, Shepherd 3-1, their only loss is to Sacred Heart Academy, 11-10. This past Saturday, Sacred Heart, Beal City, two of the top-ranked teams in Division IV. Shepherd, a very young team trying to climb up. Well, I got some experience as well, but some young stars out there trying to climb up the ranks in Division II. It should be a battle here today with Beal City and the Shepherd Blue Jays. Coach Johnston, Coach Loonsfoot out there with the umpires right now getting things sorted out. We're going to take a break here on our Woods Household pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk about the starting lineup for both of these teams. It's Shepherd, Beal City softball ready to battle it out here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Here we go, ready to battle out. Big shout to Ed Dodak giving me some love here. Big shout to him for having a stud daughter who she'll have one of the all-time memories for me, that home run she hit against Portland St. Pat's last year. It was back and forth, tie game, and she comes up, nobody on, 2 out, puts it on. He just had a feeling that was going to take the wind out of the sails of Portland St. Pat's. It did, as these Beal City girls went all the way to the state quarterfinals last year. Now they're getting some beef in school because of the boys' team. Well, they are back-to-back state champions. They're playing behind us right now against Beal City as well. But both of those teams, they got a bunch of conference games coming up, and they've got really good 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers, but that's who's going to be on the mound over there today. And so I thought, let's check out some Beal City Shepherd softball. I don't think these guys have played since going back to 2021. Shepherd will be in the field first. We'll start with their defensive lineup. On the mound is going to be McKenna Seeley. Behind the plate will be Leela Engelhart. At first base is going to be Avery Beal. At second, it'll be Morgan Blenarchek. At third, it'll be Katie Robinson. At short, it'll be Elise McDonald. Out in left field, Lillian Loonsfoot. Out in center, it'll be Jordan Schaefer. And out in right field, it'll be Evie Robinson. Beal City, starting batting order will go with Lauren Licari will lead things off. She is going to be playing catcher. Emily Taylor, the all-time single-season home run leader for Beal City, will be batting second. She's playing at short. Ariana Brown will be hitting in the 3 spot. She is playing third base. Emma Block will be on the mound to start the game for Beal City. She hits in the cleanup spot. Macy Johnston, who we could see on the mound in this one as well for Beal City. She'll start at first base. Dakota Dodax in center field. Madison Fisher is in left. They're batting in the 6, 7 spots. Hitting 8th, playing second base is Mason McKinney. And rounding out the lineup for this really dangerous Beal City squad is Lauren Grote. She'll be playing in right field and hitting in the number 9 spot. But her and Evie Robinson, the 2 right fielders in the number 9 spot, they're not your typical number 9 hitters. They both got some pop, got a threat to send one out here. It's 205 down the foul poles. It is 205 to center field. These girls with the wind at our backs are going to have a chance to pop a couple out here today, possibly. So excited for the action. Here we go. Lauren Licari stepping into the plate. Again, on the mound is McKenna Seeley. Coach Loonsfoot heading out to the circle one last time to make sure his pitcher has got everything ready to go. Coach Holbein down at first base for Beal City. Coach Johnston down the third baseline, and here we go. Beal City, Shepherd softball on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Just feels good saying that one right there. Seeley on the mound. First pitch. It's going to be in there. Nice location for the strike to Lauren Licari. Licari, the catcher, you always feel like they got a little bit better eye than most of the hitters because they're back there behind the plate all the time. Second pitch from Seeley. That was also going to be on that inside corner. Great location on these first 2 pitches from McKenna Seeley. Seeley checks while call the quarterback or the pitcher's wristband. She winds the deals on this one. It's hit hard towards short. Fielded not cleanly, and it won't be in time, so it'll be a single for Lauren Licari. It was not an easy play over there at short for Elise McDonald. And she's actually going to take second base as well, as that ended up getting away from first base. And Avery Veal. Now stepping in is Emily Taylor. Very, very dangerous. I believe she had 2 home runs in the second game versus Gladwin. Couldn't do them while I was broadcasting. I'll make that joke. He's got number 7 at the plate, going against number 77 on the mound. Here comes the first pitch. That's going to be low for a strike once again. Excellent location to start the game here for McKenna Seeley. Taylor stepping back in. Count 1-0. As I zoom in, we don't got the greatest view of the batter here. Those are right back behind the pitcher. That one's going to miss. 1-1 the count. Well, maybe we do some zoom in action there on the batter, but they're just going to kind of get covered up by that pole. Taylor steps back in. This one's going to be popped towards center field. Not an easy play out there, but great gathering underneath it to make the catch is Jordan Schaefer. So it'll be a fly out to center field for Emily Taylor for the first out of the game. And Licari was down 0-2 in the count. Was able to single. Taylor flies out to center field. Now here comes Ariana Brown. Steps in, batting from the right side. Now she's going to step back out and take some time. That might have been the umpire actually there calling for the time. We're set and ready to go. Scoreless here. Top of the first inning. Beal City, Shepherd softball. This one's going to be hit down the third baseline. Foul for Brown. Runner on second base is Lauren Licari. After she singled and reached via an error, you could say, to second. Brown steps back in. That one's going to miss. 1-1 now the count to the power hitting Ariana Brown, hitting in the 3 spot, playing in third base. Much love going out to Woods Household, pregame sponsor, along with our friends at Weefrich Financial, Collect Modular Homes, the Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, at Gates Drilling and Service. And you know we're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. That one fouled also down the third baseline. One thing that I'm noticing from Seeley on the mound, she's got a lot of movement. right to left for a softball pitcher. This one's hit out towards center field. It's a diving catch in center field. What a play from Schaefer, and then they're going to get the tag at second base for the out. What a play from Schaefer out in center field to get the assist out, too, after catching it. What a play to bring us to the end of the first inning. So 0 runs, 1 hit. You could maybe say 1 error, but I'm not going to say that. And 0 left on as they get the double play to end the inning. Now here comes the Shepherd. 1, 2, 3, 2 up for the Lady Jays. It's Elise McDonald, Jordan Schaefer, and Alila Englehart. McDonald, I want to say she had 15, 16 home runs last year as a freshman. Yes, as a freshman. Self, my friend Allison Curtis from the Bird All-American Crew, were talking last year. Man, if she stays healthy and continues that trend, she could have a chance to end up at MHSAA.com with some of those all-time records as far as home runs are concerned. Out on the mound, warming up, is Emma Block. That'll mean at first base is Macy Johnston. Behind the plate's Lauren Licari. At second, Macy McKinney. At third, Ariana Brown. At short, Emily Taylor. Out in left field, it's Madison Fisher. In center, Dakota Dodak. And out in right field is Lauren Gross. And again, due up for the Lady Jays, it's Elise McDonald, Jordan Schaefer, and Alila Englehart. More love going out to friends at J&J Auto, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Conowinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, along with GNS Mechanical and our friends at Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Hiring bus drivers. They also need parapros and substitute teachers as well. Go to mt-pleasantschools to get started. It's mtpleasantschools.net to get rolling, get yourself started. Again, bus drivers, they've got paid training and full benefits out there, and not that bad of a gig. If this guy can get up early in the morning and could drive a bus, that's something I'd be doing. We're just sticking with the substitute teaching gig for the side job right now, and working out very, very well. Here comes Elise McDonald. Steps in. Ready to go on the mound is Emma Block. Here comes the first pitch to McDonald. It's going to be hit right up the middle. Tough play for McKinney. It will get through for a base hit for Elise McDonald. So she takes the first pitch that she sees, lines it right up the middle for a single. Here comes Jordan Schaefer, center fielder. She's got a lot of speed, definitely a threat to drop a bunt down here to move McDonald in the scoring position for Englehart and Katie Robinson. Katie Robinson at third base, Morgan Blenarchek at second. You think about what those two seniors have done in all three sports they play, volleyball, basketball, and softball, and it will be a steal for McDonald as it gets away from the catcher just a bit from Licari. And so we'll credit McDonald with a stolen base there. Already a runner in scoring position now for Schaefer, and that one missed as well. 1-0 is the count to the center fielder. Schaefer ready for the next one. Nice change up there from Block. That'll drop in for a strike. One and one the count. Block deals. This one's going to be dribbled out towards third. It's mishandled at third and at short. Moving up to third base will be McDonald. Into first with what I'm going to call a single because I couldn't make that play as Jordan Schaefer. What a great start for the Blue Jay girls. You've already got runners on the corners now. Got Coach Cheney over at first, Coach Loonsfoot over at third, giving some instructions to Schaefer and McDonald as Englehart steps in, playing behind the plate. I want to say Allison Curtis said she's a freshman as well. Already has a home run. She blasts this one as well. It's back. It's back. It's gone. Home run for Englehart. A 3-run shot. And, oh, boy, what a start for the Blue Jays. You get the first two on, and then your three-hitter Englehart comes in and unloads the bases. It is 3-0 just like that. Again, that wind is going to carry that softball here today. Now here comes cleanup hitter Katie Robinson. Robinson also homered this past weekend. She's showing bunt right now, batting from the left side. Again, if you're Emma Block, any pitcher when it comes to high school softball, I feel like since they moved those fences in particular, you're going to give up a home run or two every single game. And you just need to go out there and continue to battle. And we know this Beal City team is capable of putting up a lot of runs. Comes the next pitch. That one's going to be high to Robinson. 2-0 the count. I'll talk about it a bunch today. Katie Robinson at third, Morgan Blenarchek at second. Those two have done a lot of winning for Shepherd volleyball, Shepherd basketball, and Shepherd softball. Very experienced in every sport they play. When you've got Katie Robinson and Morgan Blenarchek leading your team, you're just going to win a whole lot of games. Coach Johnston out to the mound. Quick little discussion there with Block, and I imagine he's saying what I just said. This is a powerful lineup. We're going to have to score some runs to beat this team. Just keep on rolling. Robinson now steps out for a moment. She's ahead in the count, 2-0. Umpire now ready to go as well. And Robinson just kind of shows bump, but I think she's ready to pull it back and swing away. Just kind of something to make the pitcher think. That one's also going to miss. 3-0 the count. If she is doing something to try and make the pitcher think, it is working well. Still scoreless over in the baseball game as well, so we'll keep you updated on that one. That's going to be a walk. And so for the first four batters for Shepherd have reached. The first three have already come around to score. Now Katie Robinson is on first with the walk, and Avery Veal stepping up. If you are Coach Johnston, you got your daughter Macy Johnston to go to. I know Dakota Dodak could be on the mound as well. I think Ariana Brown you could also see out there too. First one's going to be high, but it's in the zone for a strike to Avery Veal. 3-0 the score. A bomb from Leela Englehart. Got the Jays ahead here in the bottom of the first inning. Great changeup that time from Emma Block. There wasn't anything Veal was going to be able to do with that one. She's behind in the count 0-2. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Shepherd already on the board. 3-0 behind the Englehart home run. Think about that Bill's custom fabrication of the game. Definitely you blast a home run with a couple girls on. That's going to do it. Now, there's a stolen base for Robinson as that one just gets away from the catcher, Lakari. Good decision by Lakari not to try and throw it out there at the last second. Veal steps back in. Count now 1-2. That one's just going to miss high. Really good eye out there from Avery Veal. More love going out to some of her friends. Isabella Community Sportsplex, Berry Funeral Home, Mid-Michigan Industries, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, along with the Rick's Food Center, almost up north and Stitches for Britches, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, along with Bogwai Bang and Bradley, WW Construction, the Fisher Companies, and Kenneth Egger at DDS. That one also missed. The count is run full, 3-2 to Veal. It winds, deals. This one's going to be hit hard, deep towards right center field. Right center field is going to get down up against the fence. Robinson's going to round third. She's going to come around to score. Veal's going to trot back to second base, but another run is in. Robinson comes around to score, and what a start for the Lady Jays. They now lead it 4-0, and there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Here comes the left fielder, freshman Lillian Loonsfoot. Got Blenarchek behind her, then Seeley and Evie Robinson. Again, when you look at these two teams, there's just absolutely no holes in this lineup, and we will now have a pitching change coming in to throw for Beal City is going to be Macy Johnston. So we'll take a quick break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll see if the Aggies can get something going on defenses. The Blue Jays got something going on offense. You're listening to Girls High School Softball on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Get your yard ready for spring and summer with Martinez Lawn Care. Martinez Lawn Care is scheduling spring cleanups now, along with bush and tree trimming, landscaping needs, and scheduled mowing services. Find Martinez Lawn Care on Facebook or call them at 989-317-5536. Weefridge Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Weefridge Financial. Weefridge Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WeefridgeFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Weefridge Financial, member SIPC. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Still the top of the first. There's still nobody out. Runner on second base is Avery Beal after she just drove in Katie Robinson. Before Robinson got on base, Beal walk came around to score. It was a 3-run home run from Leela Engelhart. Nobody out. Now number 6 hitter up for Shepherd. It's Lillian Loonsfoot. First pitch from Macy Johnston. She comes into the game. Is going to be outside, ball 1. Johnston ready to deal. Winds and sends it in. It's going to be popped up. It's going to be a tough play out in center field. Making the catch out there cleanly is Dakota Dodak. Runner won't be able to move up either. Beal City just finally get that out. Can take a little bit of a breath here. Here comes Morgan Blenarchek. Blenarchek playing second base, batting in the 7th spot. Got a runner in scoring position here. Bottom of the first inning. Jays already lead it 4-0. That one's going to be high, 1-0. McKenna Seeley on deck, the pitcher for Evie Robinson, and then it's back to the order. Your Beal City, the last thing you do is bottom of the first inning. Second base, RBI double. Katie Robinson, again, I'll talk about it all game. Bill's custom of the game. Engelhart run. This one's going to be hit short. Nice play from Emily Taylor. She was ready to turn go to second as well. Out there from Avery Beal. Here comes McKenna Seeley. Johnston, first pitch, takes a lot off of that one. Seeley way out in front. So a great job by Johnston coming in, getting these first 2 outs. Not trying to put any broadcaster jinx on or anything here. It was 4-0. There was nobody out, a runner on second base. She comes in. She gets the first 2 outs. Now she's quickly got Seeley down 0-2 as Seeley fouls that one back to the backstop. See, it was some big swings of the bat around. She's batting from the left side. Macy Johnston ready and deals. Takes something off of that one, but it's going to stay high and go outside. 1-2 now the count. The pitching counterparts battle each other. Due up for Beal City, it's Emma Block, Macy Johnston, and Dakota Dodak. Next pitch, that's going to be on the outside corner for strike 3. So what a job by Macy Johnston. She comes in and gets the 3 outs, but there is 4 runs across the board for the Blue Jays. They do leave a 1 on the base pass, though. And due up for Beal City, it's Emma Block, it's Macy Johnston, along with Dakota Dodak. We're going to take another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with the top of the second inning right after this. When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Beal City Shepherd softball battling it out here on the diamond in Shepherd. 4-0. Jays with the lead after a powerful first inning. The first 5 batters all reached. Then Macy Johnston came in and got the next 3 out. First pitch to Emma Block to start the second inning. He's going to miss outside. 1-0 the count. That one's just going to miss. 2-0 now the count. Next pitch, that one's going to be in there for Seeley. 2-1. See Brown, who flew out to center field the last time up and ended up being a double play as they were able to nab Lauren Licari at second. She had just a small lead, but it was a great play out in center field made by Jordan Schaefer. 2-2 now the count. Block fouls that one off down the first baseline. So Johnston on deck. This one's going to be roped past the shortstop for a hit. Great job by Emma Block running the count full. Saw something she wanted. And it was almost a diving catch out there from Elise McDonald. That would have been a web gem of Bill's custom fabrication of the game type of play. Here comes Macy Johnston with a runner on as the Aggies look to answer back. 4-0 is the score, top of the second inning. Johnston, the number 5 hitter, up for the Aggies. This one's going to be hit right towards short. Might be time to get the double play. Diving back just in time is Emma Block. And so Johnston lines out to short, but that was an unbelievable play out there from Elise McDonald. Like 9 out of 10 games, that's going to go for a base hit. It's going to be a little bit tougher to pull off base hit when you got these 2 great shortstops out there with Emily Taylor and Elise McDonald. And they are going to change it. They're going to end up saying it is a double play. Woo, boy. Second double play already for the Jays. And now there's 2 out, nobody on for the center fielder, Dakota Dodak. Coach Johnston, Coach Holbein, not very happy about things. It looked like from my position she got back, but Woods household, best seat in the house are those umpires out there. Got a great view of everything. That one's going to be fouled down the third baseline, counting out 0-2 to Dodak. And he had a single to start the first inning from Beal City. Licari ended up getting out at second base. And we'll call it a Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist to the game from center field from Jordan Schaefer. Next pitch to Dodak's going to be in there for a strike, and so it's going to be a strikeout. And so kind of a non-traditional way, but Beal City's gone 3 up, 3 down in the first, and 3 up, 3 down in the second, even though you did have a pair of hits out there. So it's weird to write in the box score 0 runs, 1 hit, 0 errors, 0 left on for 2 straight innings. Now as we slide over to Shepherd, they had 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they left 1 on in the bottom of the first inning. It'll be the number 9 hitter, Evie Robinson, coming up. Here's how the first inning started for the Jays at the plate. Elise McDonald reached via single. She stole second base. Jordan Schaefer reached via a single. Then he had runners on the corners. It was a 3-run home run from Leela Engelhardt. Katie Robinson came up and walked. She stole second. She was drove in by Avery Veal. That was the first 5 batters of the game. After the first 5 batters, it was 4-0. There was nobody out. But then it was Loonsfoot flying out to center field, a pop out to short from Blenarchek, and McKenna Seeley went down on strikes as Macy Johnston came in and did a very fantastic job in the bottom half of that first inning to get the Aggies out of some trouble. Robinson at the plate. First pitch is going to be low, 1-0. Back to the top of the order after this, and Elise McDonald. Johnston set with these teams out here. More like another leadoff hitter. Here comes the 2-0 from Johnston. This one's going to be fouled towards the first base side, not playable. That'll make it count 2-1. Again, no pitch count for high school softball. If you're over on the baseball diamond, it's something you got to worry about. In particular, Beal City and Shepherd, if they had played last week, probably would have seen them throw their number 1, number 2. But now with so much conference play coming up, not going to see Sam King on that mound. Probably either Owen McKinney. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Nice job by Macy Johnston pulling the string on that one. Evie Robinson was way out in front. 2-2 the count to the right fielder. It's the bottom of the second inning. Jays lead it 4-0. Johnston lines, deals. In there for a strike. Now back-to-back strikeouts going to the last inning for Macy Johnston. We're back to the top of the order. Here comes Elise McDonald for the Blue Jays. Again, she singled and came around to score her first time up. That'll be a theme for the next few hitters. But Macy Johnston, since she has came into the game, has retired 4 straight and coming in a very, very tough spot. Down 4-0, runner on second base with nobody out. Johnston looking for that one to bend back in. It feels weird saying that, but trying to get that change up, that drop ball to drop back into the strike zone. It did not do so. Johnston winds, deals. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. It appears that that low part of the strike zone is open for these pitchers out there. If you're Coach Loonsfoot, Coach Johnston, that's where you want them throwing it anyway. This one's going to be hit towards third. It'll go foul. And give McDonald another chance here. Count 1-2. Looks like the Blue Jays got a runner coming in, 2 runners coming in over on the baseball field. Again, I just have to turn around and take a look at that, so we'll keep you updated on what's going there. But 4-0. Comes hit towards short. Not an easy play for Taylor, but she fields it over to first in time for the out. Fantastic play by Emily Taylor at short. Those grounders come in really, really hot in high school softball as you're only 45 feet away from the plate. So Taylor's maybe 50, 55 feet away from that plate. And one kind of came in, and we'll call it a one-hop. She's able to field it cleanly over in time for the out. Johnston now retired 5 straight. This one's going to be hit towards right field. It's going to get over the head of the right fielder. It's going to be extra bases for Jordan Schaefer. She goes around second, heading towards third, and she'll slide in safely. So Schaefer had a single, came around to score in the last inning. We're going to call that one a triple here in this inning as well. And that's going to bring up Englehart with a runner at third, and she's already homered in this one. So the catcher looks down to Coach Loonsfoot at first for the signal. Don't really need to look down at Coach Cheney as there's nobody at first base. Big moment in this ball game right now. If you are Beal, you don't want to see another number going up in the second inning. You want that to be a 0 for the Blue Jays. First pitch is going to bounce in there. Nice eye from Englehart. 1-0 the count. Maybe not a bad idea to bounce that one in there because Englehart, first pitch she saw, she took it out for a 3-run home run. That one's just over the outside, and it's a big swing and a miss for Englehart. 1-1 the count now to Johnston, or from Johnston to Englehart. 4-0 the score, run around third base, 2 outs, 1-1 the count here in the bottom of the second inning. Shepherd leads it. Big swing and a miss again for Englehart. She's now down the count 1-2. Macy Johnston, they came in, retired 5 straight before Schaefer had to line her out to right field. Maybe should have been caught out there. I think if he asked Lauren Gross, she'll say she should have came up with that one. Another changeup, and Englehart goes down on strikes. And so Macy Johnston has came in. She has struck out 3 through 2. It is 4-0 heading to the third inning. Due up for the Lady Aggies. It's the bottom of the order. 7, 8, 9, Madison Fisher, Macy McKinney, and Lauren Gross. But I'll say it again. This isn't your normal 7, 8, 9 when it comes to these two teams. Back with more high school softball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 4-0 the score as we start at the top of the third inning. Shepherd leads Beal City. As I look over at the baseball field, 2 runs in the bottom of the second for the Blue Jays. They lead on the baseball diamond 3-0. They lead here on the softball field 4-0 against Beal City. Stepping up to the plate is Madison Fisher. Again, Fisher bats 7th, but not your typical 7-hitter. That one's going to miss. 1-0 the count. Also bounces back to the backstop, but not really going to matter here as there's nobody on base as we start inning number 3. Much love going out to our friends at Pier Plumbing. Joe Wentworth and Bryce Updegraff, Braden Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. This one's hit hard out towards right field. Tracking it. It is gone over the fence. Evie Robinson chased it all the way to the wall, but it is gone. A solo shot from Madison Fisher to right field to get the Aggies on the board, and it's now 4-1 after the left fielder goes yard, and here comes Macy McKinney. Now maybe a little bit of momentum going for the Lady Aggies. And if it seems like I want both these girls, both these teams hit bombs every time, well, that's because graduate done so many games out. 6 ultra levels, both on probably more really offensively because, well, just more fun, more interesting for this guy to call. But what a bomb there from Madison Fisher. Get the Aggies on the board. It's now 4-1 here in the top of the third inning. Still nobody out. Macy McKinney stepping up to the plate for the first time this afternoon. She plays second base. If you recognize that name for me calling baseball with Beal City a few years ago, yep, she is the younger sibling of the all-sports star Owen McKinney, who's playing over on the baseball field right now. That one's over for a strike, 1-1 the count. Really nice location that time from Seeley on the mound. This one's going to be hit towards right field as well. Nice play out there from Evie Robinson to make the catch. Fly out right field after the bomb to right field. Now here comes Lauren Gross. Again, not your typical number 9 hitter. And they beat Sacred Academy in the district championship last year in a game that went 10 innings. Talking with Coach Wheaton, her difference was the home run, he thought, in her opinion. Again, everybody's strong in the bottom of the order with these local softball teams, but you think maybe you can get away with one thing here, one thing there. Nope. You make the mistake to Lauren Gross or Evie Robinson, I'll say her 9-hole counterpart, they'll send it out of the yard. 1-0 the count for Seeley. Big swing and a miss that time from Lauren Gross. 4-1 the count. Top third. 1 out. Seeley on the mound dealing for the Jays. Won't see Lila Curtis out there today. She's dealing with a little bit of an injury. Hopefully will be back this Thursday. When you got that hamstring issue, you got to make sure it is all right, particularly when you're out there on the mound pushing off. That one's also going to miss. 3-1 now the count to Lauren Gross. Up next is Lauren Licari, who singled her first time up. She was ultimately nabbed on a great assist from center field. That one's just going to go foul down the third base line. That would have been a tough play out in left field for Lillian Loonsfoot. And where it went. It might have been, right in the no man's land or no ladies' land out there in the foul territory. A couple kids would have had to hustle for that one. That 3-2 is going to miss high. That'll be a walk. Lauren Gross now on base with Lauren Licari coming up. Kari batting from the right side. Steps in, looking to the dugout for the sign is McKenna Seeley. This one's hit hard towards third base. Stabbed over there by Robinson. If the throw's not going to be in time, it's going to go all the way towards the dugout. Stopping at third is Gross. Stopping at second is Lauren Licari. So Licari on base both times. She has been up. Now Gross at third. And a chance for Emily Taylor. If she sends 1 yard here, she could tie it up. And she is definitely a threat to go yard anytime she steps up to the plate. Seeley taking her time, getting ready for the pitch. She knows this is a very important at-bat. Big swing and a miss from Taylor that time. Looking to take that outside pitch yard. So Taylor flew out to center field. Her first time up. This one's going to be hit hard towards second base. Great play from Blenarchek. She knows she's got to give up the run to get the out. So it'll be a sacrifice RBI there from Taylor. She would have liked to add more than that, but nonetheless, she will bring in another run to make the score 4-2. Also moving up to third base is Lauren Licari. Here comes Ariana Brown. 2 outs. Top of the third inning. Beal City with a couple runs across here. It's now 4-2. Just going to get the outside corner. Excellent location from McKenna Seeley. Brown steps way out of the box. Gets a sign from Coach Johnston. Now steps back in. So it's going to be hit right up the middle for a base hit. Licari will come around to score. It's an RBI single for Ariana Brown. And now here comes Emma Block. 4-3 the score. 4 in the bottom of the first from the Jays. The Aggies answering back here in the top of the third with 3 runs themselves. Again, with these two teams, powerful lineups that you have, you expect this one to end 11-10, 9-8, something like that. I said Emma Block started on the mound. She's now at the plate. She gave up 4 runs in that first, but again, if you're Coach Johnston, you tell her, don't worry about that. Somebody's going to give up runs to these girls. That one's going to miss. 2-0 now the count. Macy Johnston on deck. She lined out to short and was ultimately a double play as they were able to get Block over at first. Now, the first and second inning for the Lady Jays ended via double play defensively. That one's going to miss. Count now 3-0 to Emma Block. And your cleanup hitter here, she might have the green light with the 3-0 count. Here we go. It's going to be in there for a strike. 3-1. Excellent inside location that time from McKenna Seeley. Three and 1, 2 outs. Big pitch right here. It's going to be in there. Oh, nope, it's going to miss. That's going to walk Emma Block. It's now runners on first and second. 2 out. Macy Johnston stepping up. Johnston has been huge in this one. Again, there was nobody out through the first 5 batters of the first inning. Since she has came in, Blue Jays haven't put up anything. She's going to tip this one towards short. Not an easy play over there, but it is made in time by Elise McDonald. And so the 2 runners will get left on there for the Aggies. That's something to remember there. But they do answer back with 3 runs themselves on just 2 hits. Headed to the bottom of the third inning. Our score, Shepherd 4, Beal City 3. Keep our broadcast right here. You know we're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Our Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. It's going to be hard to overtake that 3-run home run in the bottom of the first inning from Leela Engelhardt. And what was just so crazy about it is he had single from McDonald, a single from Schaefer, then a home run from Englehart. It was just like, holy moly, the bats are on fire here today for the Lady Jays. But since Macy Johnston has come into the game, she's done a fantastic job kind of closing the door. She got 3 outs at the bottom of the first inning in a row, has only given up a triple to Jordan Schaefer, and then she struck out Englehart, who homered in the first to close out that second inning with that runner threatening at third. Here comes cleanup hitter Katie Robinson to the plate. Johnson deals from the circle right to third base. What a play! What a stab from Ariana Brown. If you're Katie Robinson, that's going to be a single or extra bases probably 8 times out of 10. Maybe not 9 out of 10, but I'll say 8 out of 10. That is going to be at least a base hit. Now stepping up is Avery Beal. She had an RBI double in the first. Johnston steps back into the middle of the circle. This one's going to be popped down the right field line. Not an easy play out there. Nice stab out in right field from Lauren Gross. That was a big-time play from Gross. And I always say, if I can't make the play, I'm not going to, rule them for an error. That one was out to right field towards the foul line. Long, long way for Gross to go. She was able to make it. Now here comes Evie Robinson. They're actually going to do a little bit of a shift here now with Robinson. They're going to dare her to hit it out to right field. If she does, she's going to be running for a long time. First one's going to be outside. It's going to miss 1-0. So Evie Robinson faced a 2-2 count last inning before she went down on strikes. Johnston ready with the 1-0. Looking to slap this one down. Actually, pardon me, that's not Robinson out there. We've got a pinch hitter in. We've got to go to my rosters here to get that for you. Now hitting for the Lady Jays is, pardon me, this is Lily Loonsfoot. I was skipping her in the lineup there. That's absolutely my bad there. For some reason, I went all the way down to Evie Robinson. But your boy here, he's not afraid to call himself a dupe when he is a dupe, and that's what we just did right there, goofing that up. But it's Lillian Loonsfoot at the plate, 1-2 the count. I'm sure I'll hear something from Coach Loonsfoot on that one, and very deservedly so. Here comes the 1-2. Loonsfoot looking to slap it down. It's going to go foul once again. 2 outs here, bottom of the third inning. Shepherd, 4 runs, literally to start the game. First 4 batters all came around to score. Since then, there's been nothing. The Jays' bats awoke in the third inning. Beal City's bats awoke in the third inning, bringing 3 across. Pardon me if I goofed that up. There's a little dribbler, but Loonsfoot's able to beat it out with her speed. And that's why you bring in that extra, extra infielder to try and make that difficult. But Loonsfoot able to beat it out. Now stepping in, Morgan Blenarchek. She popped out to short her first time up. She's done a great job playing out at second base for the Jays. Johnston deals. This one's going to be popped foul out of play down the third baseline. Blenarchek looking to coach Loonsfoot for the sign. And I'm imagining with how we saw the infield in with Loonsfoot, if she gets any chance to run, she's going to take second base. 0-1 the count to the senior Blenarchek. That one's going to bounce away from Lakari. She does a good job keeping it in front of her, but as I said, that speed of Loonsfoot out there is a killer as she takes second base. Now with the speed of Loonsfoot out there, if you're Blenarchek, if you get something to the grass, probably going to score Loonsfoot from second. It's going to be inside, 2-1 the count. The senior all-sports star for the Jays. Johnston has got the sign ready to go with the 2-1. just going to miss low. 3-1 now the count. Felt like maybe they were getting that call in the first inning. Johnston ready to go with the 3-1. That's actually going to plunk Blenarchek in the leg. She's a lot tougher than I am as she heads down to first base. So now runners on first and second for Seeley. Seeley's done a great job on the mound. And you think, well, giving up three runs in high school softball is pretty darn good these days, especially with the powerhouse offenses that we have here in the mid-Michigan area. So I remember going back in my day, you'd have some girls that .5, that .6 ERA. It's too much talent at the plate now. Local high school softball, I feel like to have something like that going. And we do have a pinch hitter here, it looks like, hitting for McKenna Seeley. And no, I'm not goofing this one up, just getting the numbers wrong like I did last time. Open things up to my Shepherd roster here. Hitting for the Lady Jays is going to be Reese Lehigh. First pitch is going to be fouled right over our broadcast position here, back towards the baseball field. Big moment here for Lehigh hitting. 1-1 the count. And imagine the way things work. Seeley's still going to be able to come out onto the mound and throw, but just got the pinch hitter coming in for her here. That one's going to miss inside. 1-1 the count now to Lehigh. And Evie Robinson on deck. And it's back to the top of the order for the Jays. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Runners on first and second. At second is Lillian Loonsfoot. At first is Morgan Blenarchek after she was hit by the pitch moments ago. Down the third baseline, it's going to go foul. We will do it again. Good location there from Lehigh. Just a little too far to the west, I'll say, to the left of her, hitting down that third baseline. Johnston checks the wrist for the pitch. 1-2 the count. She would love to get a punch out here with these 2 runners on. That's in there for a strike. Big time strikeout from Macy Johnston. She now has 4 strikeouts through 3 innings, and they have came at some awfully big moments as well for the senior. The score, 4-3 as we head to inning number 4. It is Beal City Shepherd softball. Yeah, I almost did that. Here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes competing for their schools. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Top of the 4th inning. Up for Beal City is Miss Dakota Dodak. Struck out her only time up in the second inning. First pitch missed. Second one is over for a strike. 1-1 now the count. The center fielder. Call all sports star as well. I'm sure if I can remember for volleyball, it seems so long ago when she was a stud on the basketball court for Coach Easton Yunker this past winter. Swinging and missing at that one. 1-2 now the count. Seeley Back on the mound for the Jays, ready to deal. Swing and a miss. She pulls the string on that one, and Dodak is down on strikes for the second time today. Here comes Madison Fisher, who got things rolling for the Aggies last inning with a home run out to right field. All Evie Robinson could do was chase it to the fence. Fisher steps out, steps back in. Seeley got the pitch she wants, ready to go. It's going to be in there for a strike. Very rarely do you hear a curveball, but both of these girls have been at the plate. Got a pitch. It's kind of broken in towards the right-handed hitters, then gone back over the plate, and it's been very effective when they've been able to locate it. 1-1 now the count to Fisher as that one misses. We did have some runs come across. It is now 3-2 in the bottom of the fourth, top of the fourth over there with Beal City and Shepherd baseball. 4-3 here on the softball field. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Madison Fisher. Nobody on for the number 7 hitter. But as I said, not normal 7, 8, 9 here. She pops this one out towards left field. It's going to get up against the fence. Fisher turns, looking to dig for second. It's going to be a close play. She's out. What a play in left field. You talk about the Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game. Lillian Loonsfoot is able to get the runner at second after it goes up against the wall. So for Fisher, it's just going to be an out trying to take second base. What a play out there in right field from Lillian Loonsfoot. What a throw. Fisher hesitated for just a moment. That may have cost her. But again, you got to make the throw. Loonsfoot was able to do it. Brad Ancliffe told me once upon a time with baseball, he wants to make them make that throw. And here's how big it is. McKinney gets the base hit. If you've got Fisher on second, she's coming around to score to tie this game up. So remember that play out in left field from Loonsfoot. I just wrote Mumford in her little scoring column right now because I think she's going to have the Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game. 2 outs. Here comes a high fly ball towards center field. It's going. It's going. It's gone for Lauren Gross. Gross with the blast. She walked and came around to score last inning. Now she has the 2-run home run. And that will put the Aggies ahead 5-4 here in the top of the fourth inning, with Lakari having to take off the catching gear as she will now step to the plate. Go back to that first inning. The first 4 Blue Jay batters all came around to score. And Macy Johnston came into the game after the RBI double from Avery Veal. She's been able to shut out the Blue Jays since then. And now the Aggies have got 3 in the second, 2 here in the top of the fourth. They lead it 5-4. Lakari ropes this one out to left field as well. Smartly stopping at first is Lakari with that arm of Loonsfoot. Lakari's now 3 for 3 on the day. She got a single in the first, ultimately got out. She doubled last inning, came around to score. Now she's got a single, and here comes Emily Taylor, who's 0 for 1 on the day. She flew out to center field in the first. In the third inning, she had a sacrifice RBI. She brought in a run and also moved a runner up from second to third. 5-4, Aggies with the lead. Seeley remains on the mound, and this is that situation where Lila Curtis, probably the number 1 pitcher for Shepherd, she's out today with a hamstring injury. That one's going to get over the batter to the backstop. Still a nice throw from Englehart, making it a little close for Lakari out there, but she's able to take second base on the stolen base as it gets past the catcher. 1-0 the count to Emily Taylor. Just a bomb from Lauren Gross moments ago. Taylor a threat to put one out as well. She just misses this one on the foul tip. A little frustrated with herself, getting some encouragement here from the Beal City faithful. 5-4 the score, top 4. Taylor steps back in, runner on second base. There's 2 outs, 1-1 the count. McKenna Seeley gets the sign, winds, deals. This one's popped towards center. Not an easy play for Fisher. She dives, she can't get there. Coming around to score is Lakari, or it may have been a pinch runner. I'm going to give the credit to Lakari, though. And now Taylor is on first base with the RBI single. So Taylor loves to hit with power, but you look at what she's done the last 2 times at the plate. The sacrifice RBI and the RBI single, that'll get it done. Now Coach Loonsfoot heading out to the circle, talking with McKenna Seeley. Again, this is where Lila Curtis not out there today for Shepherd. She would most likely be the arm you would go to in this moment if she hadn't started the game for Shepherd to begin with. And we'll see if we see a change on the mound. It does look like we'll see a change on the mound. I believe it's going to be Katie Robinson coming into the game now to pitch for the Shepherd Blue Jays. That'll give us a moment to step aside here. It is 6-4, Beal City with the lead. Still dealing with the Aggies here in the top of the 4th inning. Let Katie Robinson get some warm-ups in. We'll be back with more softball action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network right after this.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Papa, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Marbury Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291.
Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric, and go Aggies!
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Katie Robinson ready to go in a hurry. Stepping up to the plate to face her is Ariana Brown. She flew out to center field in the first inning, had an RBI single in the third. Looking for another opportunity, make something happen here at the plate in the fourth. 4-0 after 1, 4-0 after 2, 4-3 after 3. It is now 6-4 Beal City. We're still in the top of the 4th inning. Dancing away over at first is Emily Taylor. Quick throw from Engelhardt, almost gets her. She's able to get back in time. 1-1 now the count to the power hitting number 3 hitter, playing at third for Beal City, Ariana Brown. Gets the sign from Coach Johnston down at third. Steps back into the batter's box. Robinson ready to go on the circle. She winds and deals down the third baseline. It'll be foul. Taylor got a great jump. She was almost already at second. And Beal City has also taken the lead over on the baseball diamond as well with a 4-run fifth. They lead it 5-3. Pardon me, it was a 4-run fourth. And to get those binoculars out here. Here comes the 1-2. Brown hits it high towards center field, but it's right to Jordan Schaefer. She's able to gather underneath it to make the catch. So the fly out for Ariana Brown will end the inning, but it does put the Aggies up. Back-to-back 3-run innings for Beal City. Have them leading at 6-4. Imagine we'll see Macy Johnson back out on the mound as she has been dynamite since coming in. That was one thing that Coach Johnston and I talked about in our Batter Up podcast season previews. He said he's got so many good arms that he might not have a girl go through the lineup more than once. But what Macy Johnson has done since she has come in has been absolutely fantastic. So the first 4 batters came around to score. The 5th hitter was an RBI double from Avery Veal. And I'll also say this, it was Emma Block on the mound. I think if Johnston's on the mound to start the game, the Blue Jay girls might have pounded her as well. They were just ready to go out of the gate here. But since Johnston has come in, she has struck out 4, and they've been in some big moments, including the last inning with runners on first and second, still trailing 3-4, getting the punch out with Lehigh coming in to pinch hit for McKenna Seeley. Bottom of the 4th inning. Here come the Lady Jays bats. It'll be Evie Robinson starting things off. She struck out in the 2nd inning. She's the first batter of the 2nd inning. She went down on strikes. Think about that Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. Macy Johnston hasn't done a lot at the plate. But boy, what she's done coming into the game in the circle has been big time. First one's going to miss to Robinson. 1-0 the count. This one's going to be fouled back. It'll make it 1-1. Again, Evie Robinson, the number 9 hitter, but very similar to Lauren Gross. We just saw Beal City's number 9 hitter hit a 2-run bomb. There are no holes in either one of these lineups. 1-1 the count. Johnston in the circle, ready to work. It's going to take a little bit off of that one. It's going to be a dribbler towards first base. Great cover over there by Macy McKinney, covering first base, making it very, very easy for Emma Block. So it'll be a ground out for Robinson. Again, great play over there by first base, not just from Emma Block, but also from Macy McKinney covering from second base. Made it all the way over there in time. Could have been a quick run over there maybe from Emma Block, but didn't have to worry about it. First pitch to Elise McDonald is going to be a strike. McDonald singled her first time up, stole second base, came around to score. She grounded out to short her last time up. It was a great play from Emily Taylor at short to get the out. Here comes the 0-1 from Johnston. Looking to get the power hitting Elise McDonald to chase on that one high. She doesn't do so. 1-1 the count. Johnston checks. Ready to go with the 1-1. Big swing and a miss that time for McDonald. Macy Johnston pulling the string on that one again. She's now ahead in the count. And this is the type of player, you might waste a pitch or two against her to try and get her to chase something down 1-2. You know, McDonald keeps up the tear she was on last year. She's going to have a chance to possibly put up 50 career home runs. She puts a big swing into that one, but it will go foul. We'll do the 1-2 again. Our score, Beal City leads it 6-4 over Shepherd. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jays are at the plate, nobody on. 1 out. 1-2 the count to the leadoff hitter, Elise McDonald, who's 1 for 2 on the day. She's already scored a run. Oh, and now we've got a baseball coming all the way over. That's where I was expecting Ryan Hartgrader to yell for me in case it comes in just right. Now I'm going to say, Dave McKinney, I'm going to call that on you. If it's about to slug me in the back here, help me out. Because if it was a perfectly hit foul ball, there wouldn't be much I could do about it. 1-2 the count. We'll do it again. Johnston steps in after almost snagging that baseball that came in moments ago. That one's going to bounce in there. But again, I really like that pitch from Macy Johnston with Elise McDonald at the plate. 2-2 now the count. And you don't want to walk anybody if you're Macy Johnston. If there's one player to walk in each lineup, it's probably Taylor for Beal City. It's probably McDonald here for Shepherd. That one will also bounce in there. The countdown does run full, 3-2. And another thing you did there, if you're Macy Johnston, you've seen a couple slow pitches now if you're at the plate. Now if Johnston's able to turn on the gas, so see if she can blow it by Elise McDonald. She's going to try and pull the string again. Here comes the 3-2. It'll be popped towards second. Nice play from Macy McKinney for the out. Again, you look at what Macy Johnston has done since she has come into the ball game. Again, the first 5 batters for Shepherd all reached. 4 of them came around to score. Then Johnston came in. Since then, it's been a fly out to center field, pop out to short, a strikeout, a ground out to shortstop. Then there was one triple for Jordan Schaefer, but they ended up getting out of that inning good to go. And then here in the 4th, she got a ground out to first, and then after run the count full with the dangerous Elise McDonald, she got her to fly out to second base. Now Jordan Schaefer, the center fielder, at the plate. She's 2 for 2 on the day with a single, a run scored, and she tripled in the 2nd inning. Actually, as I go back and look, just Schaefer and Loonsfoot have got hits here against Johnston. She's also hit a batter as well. This one's going to be pop foul. Get out of play, 1-1 now the count. The power hitting center fielder, Jordan Schaefer. 6-4 the score. Beal City with the lead. They put up 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth to take the lead. Johnston ready to work on the mound. This one's going to miss outside, 2-1 to count. I don't think there was any way Jordan Schaefer was going to be chasing that one just a bit too far outside. Johnston ready with the 2-1 now. That one stays high as well. She's trying to get that to break back down over the plate. Jordan Schaefer for the action, though. Johnston winds and deals again. This one's also going to miss outside. That'll be ball 4. It'll be a walk to Jordan Schaefer. Not a good spot for the walk as Leela Engelhart now steps up to the plate. She had a 3-run bomb in the first inning to open up the scoring for both teams. She struck out in the second inning. Jordan Schaefer has now reached base all 3 times at the plate. Singled and scored in the first, triple in the second. Now she's walked here in the fourth. Pulling the string on that one was Macy Johnson. She gets Engelhart to chase out in front. 0-1 the count. Thanks so much for joining me here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, Facebook, YouTube. We do got some slow connection issues here and there, but about 30 yards maybe from a cell phone tower. The only thing I can say is that must not be a Verizon tower here in Shepherd. Here comes a pop-up, easy play out of second base for McKinney. She makes it to the top of the 5th inning, due up for Beal City. It's Emma Block, Macy Johnston, and Dakota Dodak. 4, 5, 6, a very dangerous part of the lineup coming up for the Aggies. We'll take another quick break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network to give some love to some more of our great sponsors. What a game we've got going here. It's 6-4 heading to the 5th inning. Beal City leads it against Shepherd. Back with more right after this. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Thanks to coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. 989-620-6595. Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Emma Block at the plate. Katie Robinson back on the mound for the Jays. Got the cleanup hitters matched up against each other here. First pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Oh and 1, also a big swing and a miss out there for Block. Quickly down the count now, 0-2. Very similar to just what I said in the last inning. With Elise McDonald at the plate, you maybe want to waste a couple. Same here for Robinson. She just sent it over. It's going to be foul tipped by Block. Count will remain 0-2. Block steps out now for a moment. At the plate today, she is singled, and she reached via walk. She's been stranded both times, though. Robinson looking to get that slow one, trying to get Block to chase it on the outside. It'll go just a bit outside. Pulls the string on that one and gets her to chase. Big time strikeout on the mound that time from Katie Robinson. Here comes Macy Johnston. I mentioned the cleanup hitters battling, one on the mound, one at the plate. Now you got the pitchers battling each other. See, Robinson didn't start the game. She come in and did a nice job calming things down, very similar to what Macy Johnston did since the first inning from Beal City. That one's going to miss. Big shot, main man Joe Marciano listening. Said, good save. If you heard me earlier, Beal City, Shepherd, trying to get those two close together can be a little dangerous if you catch my drift. That one's also going to miss. 2-0 the count now to Macy Johnston. Love to get an opportunity, the runner on base here. Johnston probably taking all the way on this 3-0. And it is outside, so Johnston will reach base via walk. And here comes Dakota Dodak. Big moment in this game. One out, runner on first base. If you're Shepherd, you don't really want to give up anything more here. We're now going to have a pinch runner coming in for Macy Johnston, I believe. So we do have that pinch runner coming in. Say, whether you're the catcher or the pitcher, if you want to have somebody come in and run for you, it's something to see very, very often. Running over at first will be Nevaeh Welch for Beal City softball. 6-4 the score. Beal City leads. Robinson ready to wind and deal in the circle. It's going to be hit right back towards Robinson. She turns to get the lead runner and does so in time. Throw not in time to first, but a great play. It's going to be a fielder's choice out for Dakota Dodak, but she still is going to be on first base, and she does have a lot of speed over there. Now here comes Madison Fisher. Fisher's had a great day. Homered her first time up. Her second time up, she hit it off the fence. It was an unbelievable throw from Lillian Loonsfoot out in left field to get her. 6-4 the count. Here comes the pitch from Robinson. Hit towards short. Another nice play from McDonald to stab it in time to first for the out. Boy, this has turned into a fantastic ball game as the ground out to short will end the inning. We're heading to the bottom of the fifth inning. Beal City leads it 6-4. Due up for the Jays. It is 4-5-6 with Katie Robinson, Avery Veal, and Lillian Loonsfoot coming up to bat for the Lady Jays. Thanks to more of our great sponsors here today. You know we're coming to you from the Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. We had our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist to the game a little bit ago with Lillian Loonsfoot nabbing the aforementioned Madison Fisher at second base. Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. I think it's still that 3-run bomb in the bottom of the first inning from Leela Engelhart to get the Jays on the board 3-0. But so far, player of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial, the Zeta Batchelor baller of the game. What Macy Johnston has done is shut out this high-powered Blue Jay offense since those 4 runs were given up in the first. Coach Loonsfoot. Coach, one of my favorites of all time. Also down the another one of my favorites, Miss Antcliffe. A bunch of my favorites here today with Beal City and Shepherd. 6-4 the score. Johnston back out on the mound, ready to deal to Robinson. First one's just going to miss on the outside corner for a strike. 1-0 the count to Robinson. It's technically 0 for 1 on the day. She walked in the first inning and came around to score. She lined out to third base her second time up in the fourth. Bottom 5, 6-4 the score. Beal City leads it. The count now 2-0 to Katie Robinson. Avery Veal on deck. After her, Lillian Loonsfoot. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Two and one now the count. Senior versus senior here. Johnston on the mound, Robinson at the plate. Trying to get that one to drop back over the zone. It's not going to. It's now 3-1 to Katie Robinson. Johnston stepping back into the circle, knows she cannot give up this leadoff walk to Robinson. Got to make her put it in play. is just going to miss low. That'll be ball 4. Robinson heading to first base with the lead-off walk. Here comes Avery Beal. RBI double in the first, flew out to right field in the third. Loonsfoot might be changing something up here. It does look like we have a pinch hitter coming in for Beal. So Beal rocking number 13. I'm seeing number 2 up there at the plate. Also have a pinch runner coming in as well. Here comes Carly DuBois for Shepherd in a big spot here. Runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First one's going to bounce in for Johnston. That'll miss. So DuBois up in a big spot here. 1-0 the count. Johnston winds, deals. This one's going to be popped up right towards the pitcher. Johnston's going to be able to catch it just in front of the circle. A big pop out there from Macy Johnston. Again, she has just been unbelievable since the first inning against this powerhouse lineup of Shepherd. Comes Lillian Loonsfoot. She has her Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game so far. Batting for the left side, and they bring in the right fielder once again. You know, at the speed of Loonsfoot, she's able to put it over Emma Block at first base. She could be running for a long time. She looks to slap this one down towards third base. Great catch over at third base. Oh, what a web gem from Ariana Brown as she makes the catch on the pop out to third. I don't think that's going to take over for our Beal's Custom Fab fabrication of the game as from Englehart's home run. But what a play down the third baseline from Ariana Brown. 6-4 the score, still a runner at first, but now 2 outs. Stepping up to the plate is Morgan Blenarchek. She popped out to short in the first inning. She was hit by a pitch in the second and was ultimately stranded. Johnston heading to count 0-1. Another swing and a miss for Blenarchek. Thought about checking the runner down at first base. Good decision by Lakari to hold it with your pitcher up 0-2 in the count. And there's 2 outs. Last thing you want is throw it down that foul pole. And all that speedy runner for first base move up to third. Maybe even come all the way home. 6-4 the score. Johnston ready to work once again. That pitch is going to be high. Lakari down to first base. Back in time is the pinch runner. Pinch runner wearing a jacket out there, so I can't see the number to give it to either. 1-2 the count to Blenarchek. And a pair of seniors battling it out here with Johnston and Blenarchek. 6-4 the score, bottom 5. This one's going to be fouled down the third baseline. We'll do the 1-2 again. Seeley's on deck. They pinch hit for her last time with Lehigh, who ultimately struck out. It does look like Seeley is ready to take this at bat if she gets the opportunity. Johnston deals. It's going to be a high pop-up. This will get out of play into the netting, or just side of the netting, right by the Beal City dugout. One and two remains the count. Johnston stepping back into the circle. She winds and deals. So it's going to be popped up. Not an easy play at short for Taylor. She's able to make the catch in the outfield. And so Macy Johnston continues her dominant performance. I will say it again. The first 5 batters for Shepherd all came around to score or reached base. It went single, 3-run home run, walk, double. Macy Johnston came into the game then. And since then, not a single run has come across the board for the Blue Jays. They've had 1 runner at third base. It was a triple from Jordan Schaefer, but then it was Macy Johnston striking out Leela Englehart to end that second inning. That's the biggest threat the Jays have had since inning number 1, whereas the Beal City Lady Aggies didn't put up anything the first 2 innings, but put up a 3 spot in inning number 3 and inning number 4. That is what got us to 6-4. 2-run home run from Lauren Gross, the biggest at-bat of the game for Beal City, if you ask me as well. That 2-run home run would have put him up. Then he had Lakari come up and single. She's 3 for 3 on the day. A pair of runs. I guess it might have not been her getting that last run. It could have been a pinch runner, but I'm still going to give her the love, give her the credit. But here we go. Starting things off here in the top of the 6th inning, it's Macy McKinney. McKinney is 1 for 2 on the day. She flew out to right field in the 3rd and singled in the last inning. Came around to score on the Lauren Gross home run. First one's going to be fouled off, 0-1 the count. And if that name McKinney sounds familiar, brother Owen McKinney, youngster that I probably called just about as many varsity games for as anybody that I've ever been able to call for. Hit right up the middle. Nice play from Katie Robinson in the circle. Quickly in time for the out. So ground out to the pitcher there. Very similar to Macy Johnston coming in and calming things down. Katie Robinson, since she has came into the ball game, has done quite the fantastic job for the Lady Jays. 6-4 the count. Robinson ready to go. 1 out. Here comes Lauren Gross. Gross is technically 1 for 1 on the day. She walked her first time up and hit that 2-run home run. So how about this day? You're 1 for 1 with 2 runs and 2 RBI. Well, I guess one. Yeah, I got an all count. We'll let her count herself. 6-4 the count. Gross steps back in. That one's just going to miss high. 2-0. On deck is Lauren Lakari. I'll say it again. She's reached base all 3 times she's been at the plate. A single, a double, and a single. She scored 2 runs. Gross hits this one towards third. Nice play from Katie Robinson. Or I guess it's not Robinson over there. Throw is over in time. Making that play is Carly DuBois, who's now at third for the Lady Jays. As I look back over at the baseball diamond, give a shout out to my main man, Cam Gatro. Looks like Beal City's up 8-3 now on the baseball field. 6-4 here. Katie Robinson looking to close out the top of this 6th inning here. Lady Jays down to their final 6 outs. And bottom of the 5th over there on the baseball field. That one's going to miss. 2-0 now the count to Lakari. I'll say it again. Lakari singled, doubled, singled, scored 2 runs. She's had a fantastic afternoon. You think about that Zayd Batchelder baller of the game. Hard for me not to give it to Johnston for what she's done on the mound, but thinking about somebody else to give it to, it's probably got to be Lakari or Lauren Gross if you're talking Beal City. If you're talking Shepherd, I'm still looking at Engelhardt with that 3-run home run in the first. That was just going to be in there for a strike. 3-1 now the count to Lauren Lakari. Lakari steps back in. You do not want Emily Taylor to come up with a run on here. Hits it towards third. It's going to get away from third base, and Carly DuBois would not have been an easy play, though, so we're definitely crediting Lakari with a single, who has now reached base all 4 times. The ball's going to get away, and she's going to scoot all the way to third base. What a game for Lauren Lakari. Call her 4 for 4 on the day. She's already scored 2 runs. Now here she is at third, a pinch runner coming in for her. Again, I'm going to give her credit for the runs and the pinch runner. Again, I don't got all that going on in the scoring book, but 6-4 the score. Beal City in front, now threatening again with a runner at third, and probably, arguably, your best hitter-up. The all-time single-season home run leader for Beal City, Emily Taylor at the plate, batting from the left side. The runner on third base, Katie Robinson on the mound. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. These are 2 teams that both hope to win districts, but will have really, really tough districts, and if they're able to get by there, really, really tough regionals, in particular with Shepherd. Have to go up against Escanaba, Gaylord possibly. Slow pitch is not going to break back over the zone for Robinson. Count now 2-0 to Emily Taylor. And with 2 outs, first base open, Emily Taylor, probably not a bad person to walk here in this situation. But the problem then is, you have Ariana Brown, then you have Emma Block, then you have Macy Johnston. 1 through 9, there's just no holes on either one of these teams. Can you look at what happened this past weekend? Shepherd playing Sacred Heart Academy. Sacred Heart won that game 11-10. Expecting something similar here today, and it has been just that. 6-4 the score. Here in the top of the 6th inning, the Aggies lead it with a runner at third and Taylor at the plate. That one's going to miss inside. 3-0 now the count to Emily Taylor. She's done a great job at short. She's got 2 RBIs on the day. 1 for 2. Sacrifice RBI in the third and RBI single in the fourth. High fly ball down the left field line. It will go foul. 3-1 now the count to Emily Taylor. Steps back in and hitting from the left side. Great pitch that time from Katie Robinson. Not really a whole lot Taylor was going to be able to do with it. Just kind of waited on it and eventually dropped over the strike zone. 3-2 the count. 2 outs. Run around third base. Aggies lead at 6-4. Top of the 6th inning. This one's going to come in. Taylor's going to foul it off down the first baseline. That one might have plunked her on the wrist if she let it go. And not a spot you want to take a plunk, I will say, if you're Taylor. Taylor steps back in. 3-2 the count. Big swing and a miss. What a pitch that time from Katie Robinson. And she gets Taylor to go down on strikes in an absolutely pivotal moment of this ball game. It's McKenna Seeley. It's Evie Robinson. Then it's back to the top of the order for the Blue Jays. In the bottom of the 6th inning, they're down to their final 6 outs. Beal City leads at 6-4 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Give some love to some more of our fantastic sponsors. Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Mount Pleasant Heating and AC. Weber Brothers Sawmill. Talk about that Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game coming from Lillian Loonsfoot. What a play to nab Madison Fisher at second base in the 4th inning. Fisher thought she had a double. Didn't quite leg it out maybe as much as you would have liked her to if your Coach Johnston, just a little bit of hesitation, gave Loonsfoot time to make the throw. I also love going out to Woods Household Appliance, best seat in the house. Definitely those umpires out there right behind the plate and right behind the pitcher. Our Weef Rich Financial, Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game. Woo. Macy Johnston looking to take home that honor right now. And what I love about that, she's technically 0 for 2 with a walk at the plate. Well, that doesn't matter. What she's done on the mound, putting up all those zeros against this really powerful Shepherd Blue Jay team, is about as impressive as you're going to get in the circle for high school softball. Johnston ready to deal to McKenna Seeley, who started on the mound for Shepherd, did a great job first couple innings. Started to get hit around a little bit in the 3rd and the 4th, but that's what's going to happen against these teams. Unless right now you're Macy Johnston, who's pitching a gem. Grounder right back to Johnston on the mound. Quickly, they get the out over at first. As said, the mound for the first time in a while there instead of the circle. It's one of the big things. Baseball, softball, mound, circle. Got to make sure you get those right. Couldn't imagine how deadly some of these softball pitchers would be if they had, a foot and a half to kind of throw down at. Ooh, that'd be scary. Looks like we have another pinch hitter in for Shepherd. Ava King is stepping up to the plate. She did homer this weekend. She's hitting for Evie Robinson. Number 9 spot, then it's back to the top of the order with Elise McDonald after this. That one's in there for a strike. Johnston quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Johnston looking to get that low outside corner. She doesn't get the benefit of the call there. We'll do a 1-2 now. as you can hear the wind start to roll a little bit here at Shepherd High School. And beautiful weather. Connection holding up as much as it can. A little bit of a dust tornado out there as McKinney's got to do a little bit of a spin to get away from that. Or pardon me, Johnston's got to do a little bit of a spin to get away from it. That one's also going to bounce in there. The count now 2-2. So Ava King looking to make something happen offensively for the Jays. Got one out here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Beal City leads it 6-4. This one's going to be hit high and hit deep towards center field. Tracking it, and able to make the play is Miss Dakota Dodak. A great play out there in center field. Here comes Elise McDonald, power hitter, leadoff hitter for Shepherd. If you're Coach Loonsfoot, you would have loved for her to have a run around here coming up in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing 6-4. Now she just needs to get on base, try and set up one of her teammates. Flips this one down the third baseline. It will go foul. A 1-1 to count to McDonald. Couple practice power swings. She steps back into the right side. Johnston winds, deals. Just going to miss that outside corner. 1-1 the count. Johnston gets the sign from Lakari. Just ready to deal. Here comes the 1-1. 2 out, nobody on to McDonald. Hits this one hard down the right field line. It's going to get over Lauren Gross into the corner. Digging for second. Now digging for third is McDonald. She will be safe at third base with the triple. Now here comes Jordan Schaefer, who has been on base all 3 times she's been at the plate today. She singled, came around to score in the first, tripled in the second, was ultimately stranded, and then she walked in the 4th inning. Big moment right now. 6-4 the score. At third base is Elise McDonald. The tying run at the plate in Jordan Schaefer. First pitch is going to be popped towards right field. Not an easy play for Gross, but she comes in and nabs it. Big time play out there in right field for Lauren Gross as she catches the tough fly out. And it'll be Leela Engelhart, Katie Robinson, and Avery Veal in the bottom of the 7th inning coming up for the Blue Jays. Will they trail it by 2 or possibly more runs than that? As we've got Beal City coming up with 3, 4, 5. Ariana Brown, Emma Block, and Macy Johnston. 6-4 is the score as we head to inning number 7 with Beal City and the Shepherd Blue Jays. Knew this one would be a battle. It has lived up to the billing. 6-4 the score here with 2 of the top teams in the state. As we slide over to look at the score here, looks like Beal's now up 8-3 on the baseball field after putting up a 4 spot in the 4th and a 3 spot in the 5th. Again, Beal City, Shepherd baseball. Again, all the pitchers are really good over there for both of those squads, but I kind of knew not going to see their number 1 or their number 2 out there today as they both have conference play coming up. We'll be back in Shepherd this Thursday for baseball action as the Shepherd Blue Jay boys take on the Clare Pioneers. Hopefully, connection, a little bit better this Thursday as well. 6-4 the score. Robinson in the circle, ready to go. Got the feeling what Macy Johnston's done on the mound, you can't give up anything here if you're Katie Robinson and the defense behind her. First pitch swinging is Brown. She's going to foul it off down the third baseline. 0-1 to count. And Macy Johnston, what a game she had. I'll say it again, say it a bunch. The first 4 batters for Shepherd all reached, came around to score because the 5th batter hit an RBI double to drive in Katie Robinson after a 3-run home run. Since then, Macy Johnston has come in and has been absolutely dominant. The only only inning where there was 2 runners on base was back in the 3rd. That was on runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 outs, and she struck out Lehigh. Fly ball towards left. Coming in to make the play is Loonsfoot. Her second fantastic play out in left field this afternoon. What a stab. So Loonsfoot has got the great throw out to nab Madison Fisher at second base. Now she has the diving stop out in left field. If Shepherd does happen to come back at the bottom of the seventh inning, that's a play to remember right there. Emma Block now at the mound. Robinson takes a little bit off of that one, but she's going to miss outside. 1-0 the count to Block. Katie Robinson winds, deals. Big swing and a miss that time. It'll go foul, but still count as a strike for Block. Macy Johnston on deck. Behind her, Dakota Dodak. It's 3-4-5 for Shepherd in the bottom of the seventh. Robinson ready with the 1-1. This one's going to be hit hard towards center field. Tracking it, it's going to go off the glove of the center fielder. Schaefer just couldn't quite bring that one in, but she does a great job of getting it right back in. And so Block, again, I'm going to give her credit from the single because I'm not making that catch out there either. But here comes Macy Johnson now, still just one out here in the top of the seventh inning. With the way Macy Johnson's been pitching on the mound, if you could get one here, if you're Beal City, you're going to feel really, really good about things. And we got a Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up after this one. We won't try and head over to move everything. It'd be a little bit of a whirlwind for this guy to try and get over there to call Shepherd baseball. Now that I know I'm going to be back here Thursday for Claire Shepherd baseball, won't worry about that as much. Do have a pinch runner coming in for Emma Block. Johnston looks down the third base line to get the sign from Coach Johnston, her pops. That one's going to bounce in there. Nice job jumping up behind the plate from Englehart, ready to throw down to first base if it was available. Big betting getting back quickly is the pinch runner. Johnston steps back in. She definitely has the power to hit one out to all parts of the field. That one's going to miss. 2-0 now the count. Dodak behind her. She struck out twice. She did reach base in the fifth inning via fielder's choice. 6-4, Beal City with the lead. Top of the seventh inning. Johnston shows bunt, doesn't, pulls it back as it was going to miss, and that's going to allow ball to trickle away from the catcher. Pinch runner is going to move up to second base. And the count is now 3-0. And Johnston holding that bat out there just long enough to make it difficult for the catcher Englehart to try and make a play from behind the plate. That's why it kind of trickled away from her. Here comes a chopper. Actually, it's going to get up against the wall. A lot of power from Johnston. Rounding third, coming in to score is going to be the pinch runner. We're still going to give the love to Emma Block. But Macy Johnston now with the RBI double. You think about what she's done on the mound. I've talked about the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game a few times. Unless Shepherd comes back and win, it has got Miss Macy Johnston penned in now, not even penciled in anymore. So if she can close it out on the mound, she gets the insurance RBI here in the top of the seventh. It's now 7-4, Beal City with the lead. And I'll say this again, when Johnston came into the game, there was a runner on second base, nobody out in the bottom of the first, and it was 4-0. She's going all the way here. The bunt's going to get away from Dodak. I like this play here. You got a lot of speed from Dodak at the plate. Johnston getting that jump from third. If they don't throw it immediately towards first, you could send Johnston home with the speed that she has. 0-1 the count to Dodak. Center fielder batting from the right side. Steps back in. She's going to lace this one out towards left field. Loonsfoot makes the stab. Another great play out there from Loonsfoot. I'll say it again, it's a freshman out there in left field. She's just doing a fantastic job out there. Till she spent a lot of time on the softball diamond. Madison Fisher now coming up. Chance to drive in another insurance run for Beal City. They lead at 7-4 after Macy Johnston drove one in here in the seventh. Hits this one towards short. Not an easy play. It's going to get over McDonald. Rounding third. Coming home to score is Macy Johnston. An RBI for Madison Fisher. And Madison Fisher has really pounded the ball out there today. She's got a home run. She had another one up against the fence where she was ultimately called out at second base because of the great throw from Loonsfoot. Now she has an RBI single here. What a game for Madison Fisher from Beal City. 8-4 now the score here. They're looking to steal down to second base. They're gonna say she's in safely. Fisher just barely gets there. And if you're Coach Loonsfoot, you're probably not happy about that call. McKinney will step back in. Now heading to count 1-0 and has a runner in scoring position. 1 for 3 on the day is McKinney. So it's going to be hit foul, 1-1 now the count. Got a packed day here at Shepherd High School. Got Jack Pine track and field match going on right now. So look out at the parking lot. Just absolutely packed here. It's what you love to see with high school sports. That one's going to miss. 2-1 now the count to McKinney. And 2 big insurance runs here in the top of the 7th inning for Beal City have now got them ahead 8-4. 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, now 2 in the 7th for Beal City to guide them to their 8 runs. Dancing at second base, daring a throw from Englehart behind the plate is Madison Fisher. 3-1 now the count to McKinney. Lauren Gross on deck. She's already hit a bomb here today. Robinson winds and deals. That one's just going to miss outside. Taking first base is McKinney. Here comes Lauren Gross. Lauren Gross walked in the 3rd, came around to score. Hit a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. Lined out to 3rd base in the 6th. Now an opportunity here in inning number 7. Going to pop this one high. Another tough play out there as Loonsfoot coming in to make another fantastic play. Lillian Loonsfoot glove has just been like a bear trap out there in left field today. If you hit it her way, she is going to bring in the catch. It is 8-4. The last gasp opportunity for the Lady Jays. Due up for Shepherd. It is 3. It is 4. It is 5. Leela Englehart, Katie Robinson, and Avery Veal. Those are probably the 3 of the batters you would love to have coming up. Englehart, first inning. Out of the 2nd, flew out to second base in the 4th. Katie Robinson walked and came around to score in the 1st inning. Lined out to 3rd in the 3rd, and then walked and was stranded in the 5th inning. Avery Veal had an RBI double in the 1st. She flew out to right field in the 3rd. She was pinch hit for with Carly Dubois, or actually Carly Dubois coming in playing 3rd base as well, but Dubois popped out to the pitcher in the 5th inning. Lauren Gross now coming into the game as well for Beal City. Surprised they're pulling Johnston after the performance they had. But again, Coach Johnston said that's something he'd do all year long. He doesn't want the lineup to see a pitcher 2-3 different times. And with the power you've got from Beal City, maybe seeing a new arm out there will cause some trouble for these Shepherd batters. Again, it's Englehart, it's Robinson, it's Veal. Due up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They got to score 4 at least to send it to extras. Much love going out to friends at Barberry Law, Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Weefrich Financial, Woods Household, along with Bryce Updegraff, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, along with Joe Wentworth, Hanging by a Thread, Pure Plumbing, Isabella Bank, Bryant Family Farms, All Seasons Fireworks, The Diner, Block Electric, Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, along with JJ Painting and Martinez Lawn Care. First pitch is going to miss outside to Englehart. And this is a team, Shepherd program, that's had some insane comebacks. Craziest game I'll ever see. There's a base hit right up the middle. Great start for Englehart to the inning as she singles. That's what you need if your Shepherd is at least one runner on base. You trail by 4. Here comes Katie Robinson. Robinson walked, came around to score in the first. Lined out to third in the third. Like I mentioned, she walked in the 5th inning and was stranded. And she shows bunt, pulls it back every time. Just makes it tough for that pitcher and that catcher out there. This one's going to be in the dirt. Great job by Lakari keeping that one in front of her. Robinson steps back in. Lauren Gross ready to deal. That one's also going to be in the dirt, 2-0. Final 3 outs for the Blue Jays. They get the lead runner on. Count now 2-0 to the cleanup hitter, Katie Robinson. That was going to be on the inside corner for a strike. Nice location there from Lauren Gross. Avery Veal on deck. Lillian Loonsfoot behind her. If you're Robinson, obviously you'd love to put one out here, but you just need to get yourself on is what you're thinking. Big swing and a miss there as Gross pulls the string on that one, getting Robinson to chase out front. More love going out to friends. GNS Mechanical, ENS Graphics, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Konwinski Construction, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, and our friends at J&J Auto. This one's going to be chopped towards first. Very smart play from Emma Block just to take the easy out at first. Would have been really, easy to try and throw it down to second, try and get that double play. But a smart decision there. You can give up an out per run, and you'll be in good shape. You're up 4. You only need 3 outs. Here comes Avery Veal. Now a runner on second base. Score is 8-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Actually, pardon me, it's Dubois now up as she came in to play third base. That one's going to go over the head of the catcher. Moving up to third base is Englehart. But if you're Coach Jake Johnson, you're telling your girls, I don't care about that runner at third. You can let her go home for all we care. We just need to get 2 outs. Worry about the girl at the plate here. That one's going to be on the outside corner, 1-1 the count to Dubois. Loonsfoot on deck. Here comes the 1-1 to Dubois. Big swing and a miss. Lauren Gross putting the gas behind that one. Boy, not able to catch up to it. 1-2. Gross. Winds, deals. Swing and a miss. She gets the strikeout. And the Aggies are 1 out away from a big-time comeback victory. If you're Beal City, you'll be playing in the D4 playoffs. What a matchup that could be. They're both going to have to win some games, but it could be in the district final with Sacred Heart and Beal City. Shepherd, you're playing up 2 divisions here. This would be a big win for the Lady Aggies. Loonsfoot looking to slap that one down the third baseline. Again, Beal City, with Loonsfoot at the plate, has no right fielder out there. With Loonsfoot batting from the left side, trying to slap it. Playing way in at third base is Ariana Brown. That one's going to be outside. 0-2 the count. Or pardon me, 1-1 the count. Pardon me. Last chance right now for the Jays. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. Loonsfoot at the plate. She's been great out in left field. She's got our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game. Looks to slap this one down the third baseline. That will go foul. We'll do the 1 and here comes the 1-2. Blenarchek is on deck. Love for her to come up with a couple runners on. She has the pot to make this a 1-run game. Gross deals. This one's going to be popped up. It'll be caught by Emily Taylor. And that'll bring us to the end of the game. The final 8-4. Beal City wins it after giving up 4 in the bottom of the first inning. They hold the Lady Jays' powerful offense down to the rest of the way and win it 8-4. We're going to take a break here and come back with our Bird All-American Grill postgame show to put a bow on this one.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher Day or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Chris Bachman back with you on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Another big shout-out to varsity basketball coach from Beal City, Cam Gatrill, and everybody out there supporting the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When I go places to see people, I saw DJ Blizzard at the Bird wearing my hat a couple days ago. Got my main man wearing it here. It's been good when we see that logo out there, and things going very good in year number 1 of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Put a bow on this one. The final 8-4. The J came out on literally their first 4 batters. It went single, 3 home run, walk, and then the 5th batter was an RBI double. Then Macy Johnston came into the game and shut it down. Jay still had some base runners here and there, but when she needed a strikeout, she got it. When she needed a big play for a defense, she got it as well. Our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Weefrich Financial. It is Miss Macy Johnston. She ended up having a big RBI double in the top of the 7th inning to give her a little bit of insurance as well. But what she did on the mound versus this elite, I'll say it a third time, elite offense from Shepherd, very, very impressive. Our final 8-4, Beal City victorious over Shepherd. Be back on the airwaves Thursday, back here in Shepherd. Hopefully the connection a little bit better with not all that track going on here, as it's Clare and Shepherd baseball action, 2 teams that could be